What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's market update. And the markets have certainly been lively. And Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency that never sleeps, made some serious headlines last night when it was running pretty hard. Bitcoin notched a record weekly close after its highly ever daily close of 106,500, and it's 3% away from its all-time high. We did see a little bit of a sell-off in the macros once we got to about that $106,000 range, but since then have bounced back quite nicely, sitting right around 105,000. Its last highest weekly close was actually in December when it reached 104,400, and it went on later that the following month, January 20th, to actually hit 109,358 on a lot of the major exchanges out there. So 109,000 is the goal. It does feel like we could get there this week. A lot of people have been buzzing that this could be the week that we hit another Bitcoin all-time high. You never know. There's always a lot of events, a lot of macro events that could impact the markets at the end of the day. But Bitcoin is showing some serious strength. And there's good reason that Bitcoin's absolutely popping off. Metaplanet, which is Coin Japan's MicroStrategy, bought another 1,000 Bitcoin, or exactly 1,004 Bitcoin. Absolutely amazing stuff. And then when you stay more stateside here, you know, over 14 U.S. states have exposure to MicroStrategy, so indirectly have exposure to Bitcoin. As you can see, 14 new states have reported $632 million in MicroStrategy exposure for Q1 in a public retirement and treasury funds, a collective increase of over $300 million in one quarter. The average increase holding size was 44%. So 14 states currently right now have exposure to Bitcoin. An individual who is absolutely not a big fan of Bitcoin even stated in this article, "I am not a fan of Bitcoin." Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, made a very interesting statement today. JP Morgan's going to allow clients to buy Bitcoin. Of course they are. A lot of the major banks out there, a lot of the traditional banking systems out there are giving clients exposure to Bitcoin. Even though Jamie Dimon might not personally be a huge fan of Bitcoin, you cannot deny that there's huge interest across millionaires, billionaires, retirement funds, states, corporations, countries, and some interesting news and some fun news. So a fraction of a Bitcoin has always been coined Satoshis or Sats, but Jack Dorsey is supporting renaming Sats to Bits amid a very large Bitcoin community debate. There's a great thread here where they talk about BIP 177 redefining Bitcoin's base unit, making one Satoshi equal one Bitcoin. Currently, one Bitcoin equals 100 million Satoshis. This change is going to aim to simplify transactions and just really overall reduce confusion behind unit bias. As you can see right here, they kind of break down the examples, benefits. It's going to eliminate these complex decimals. It's going to align more with Bitcoin's integer-based protocol and enhances users' experience, especially for newcomers, where unit bias is a really big thing. To buy one full Bitcoin is an enormous step for anyone and is overwhelming. We're talking about it as of today is over $105,000. There's going to be a process here if this would ever migrate from a name change from Sats to Bits, exactly what Jack Dorsey's proposing. I definitely see benefits. I see the other side that may not want to change it and keep it more of an OG type of method, but at the end of the day, there will only be 21 million Bitcoin. Now we're really talking about how we're going to name it, how we're going to change that unit bias. Some other big news out there is that the United States might finally be getting real stablecoin legislation, and it could really be any day. It sounds like Monday, today, May 19th, it may get a vote by Senate. The Senate voting on this genius act, which is called Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins. It's a bipartisan bill that would pave the way for federal stablecoin framework. Stablecoins are really becoming one of the most key components of crypto, and really up until this point, they've been really mostly unregulated. So this is a big deal in my opinion. It's a bipartisan bill. About a month ago, this bill, or a version of this bill, was actually voted down by the Democrats. But there is increasing buzz around today, especially, that this bill may get approved. In my opinion, If this gets approved, this Genius Act, it could be one of the most important crypto or meaningful crypto bills that have been passed up until this point. So definitely want to keep our eyes on it. It's going to be a pivotal moment if you ask me, and everybody's going to be buzzing if it gets approved. And last but not least, we have to end this with a massive NFT sale. There's been some buzz in the NFT market. A lot of people have been talking, and myself included, that we could see like an end of the year type NFT run and how that's going to look. That could be art NFTs, utility NFTs, all the above. But once we start getting some new all-time highs and some of the majors, alt season starts to heat up, I definitely believe meme coins and NFTs are going to catch fire as well. But this zombie punk, a desirable traits in the entire OG collection of 10,000 crypto punks, sold for $1 million or over $1 million. The article kind of talks about how the NFT market is starting to see some severe recovering. If you ask me, and if you follow our private community, there have been some very good NFT buys, NFT projects being launched, very organic companies that aren't just money grabbing like it felt towards the end of that NFT bull run last cycle. This is some very organic projects, collectibles that are really paving their way for themselves, and we're starting to see some buzz in the NFT space. Again, I love NFTs. I think there's a big opportunity in the NFT space because they're a lot of fun, a way to make money, a way to engage. A lot of the reasons that we love blockchain and crypto can be wrapped up into NFTs and the provenance and the utility factor. If you like this sort of information, if you want to learn about macro crypto, talk about some of the biggest news out there, meme coins, NFTs, we're always talking the hottest trades, the hottest opportunities in the market. Check out the link down below, and we'll talk to you soon.